Safety's off. I don't like the look of this place one bit.
Brotherhood of Steel, but stay out of it. What I'm saying.
Whoever this Brotherhood of Steel is, I'm not buying that. We come in peace, malarkey.
You're back. The glowing sea. Virgil. What happened?
I found Virgil. He has a way inside the Institute. But I need a code from a Courser chip.
A Courser chip? Unfortunately, I can't help you. I've worked on a lot of synths, but never a Courser. But there are people who might. I work with a group that...
Right.
They're called the Rail...
Thanks, Doc.
I can't contact them directly. They usually come to me when they have a synth that's... But I do have a code phrase. Some kind of clue if I ever need...
Uh-huh. All right.
Good luck.
Uh-huh.
You can't talk to the dead, kid. Even the sight has limits. I'm sorry.
Some sort of code?
now a 6 and an O. Spins. So it starts with R?
This place would have been here. Fortunately, my training capacity was up.
through a lot of effort.
Miss
Who the
High
hell
and Mighty.
are you?
I followed the Freedom Trail looking for the railroad.
If that's true, who told you how to contact?
Dr. Amari told...
Very interesting. Last question.
Right. I tracked down...
You have what?
I didn't know we were having a party. Oh, I see you invited the Courser Killer. Nice.
Deacon, you're late. You're saying this intruder actually killed...
Newsflash, boss. This guy is kind of a big deal. If you're done interrogating him...
I owe you an apology. Anyone who killed... I'm Desdemona.
Hopefully we can work something.
What you're asking for...
Des, we need to let him in. He's got an intact...
That violates our...
To hell with that. He killed a Courser.
We're letting you into our headquarters. You're... Decoding a Courser chip is a very delicate operation. A million things can go wrong, the least of which is losing the data. Fortunately, we have the right man for the job.
Oh, hey, Dad. You need something?
Tom, our visitor here has a Courser chip.
Whoa! For real? Oh, man, it's been ages!
Right. Some ground rules. Tom can get you the code, but once he's done, we get the Courser chip.
Why do you want the Courser chip?
Institute tech is light years beyond what we have. And I'm not going to get into details, but that chip could help us save lives. So, hand over...
I don't know. I might...
This isn't a negotiation. To anybody else in the Commonwealth, with us, that data is priceless. But we're not just going to give that...
You gotta be careful, man. The Institute is everywhere.
Hey,
Made up your mind. We decode the Courser chip for you.
fine. It's yours.
All right.
All right, little Courser chip. Let's have the circuit analyzer take a crack at you.
Scarecrow's not a character, so this is probably okay. And what? Go ahead, spit it out. Even if he showed up now, it's been burned.
We're in. Chip accessed. Just poke the analog connectors a little. What? Oh man, don't crash. Hold it together. Memory hiccup. Here it comes. Encryption algorithms. All right, we're still running. Oh man, they've added more decimals to the last cipher. This is gonna be... Come on, baby, show me that pattern. Where is it? Wait, they're using the same logarithmic function as the key generator. Oh man, we got lucky. I got you, you Institute bastard, I got you. All right, software in. Come on. Show me that sweet bass number. Come on, baby. Yeah, we got it. We got the code. Let me load that onto the holotape for ya.
Good work, Tom.
Yeah, but I'm not sure our luck will hold up next time, Des.
Start working on the rest of the chip. And you, I'd love to work with you more. Let me know if you're interested. But to be crystal clear, if you...
Don't try anything, stranger. Stay here too long, we're gonna get sick.
Wasn't sure I'd see you again.
I have the code.
Suppose I shouldn't be surprised. You did get rid of Kellogg after all. How'd you manage to...
The railroad helped.
Oh God, those kooks. I would have expected they'd be too busy trying to liberate vending machines, or...
Right.
Sorry. They just have something of a reputation. You're not the only one. I did the best I could. From memory and things I've overheard through the years. Came up with some schematics for you. Wasn't easy. These hands are ridiculous. Fine motor skills have gone to shit. Here's the simple explanation. You need to build a device that will hijack the signal the Institute uses to teleport coursers. And you know the craziest part of the design? That classical music station. That's the carrier signal for the relay. All the data's on harmonic frequencies. You've been hearing it all along. I want to be clear that this isn't my area.
I'm sure it'll work.
For the record, I haven't made any. But if you can build this device and make use, can you? I mean, can you build?
I got it covered.
Good, good. And don't you forget our agreement. I've helped you as best I can. If you make it in there, you find that serum. It's my only hope for it.
Sure.
Now go on. Take these and get to work. You do.
I'd advise against breathing in these fumes. They smell awful.
By now, I'm sure you've deduced that our arrival in the Commonwealth wasn't coincidental. We're here because of a unique energy reading according to our... The moment this information came to light, the Institute, to accomplish the...
Sure.
I've had our script. The only logical... That's where we need...
I have a way to infiltrate the Institute using a...
So it appears. I'm pleased that you've chosen to build the device. Now, indulge me for a moment by satisfying my...
I think they're the ones who...
The Institute preys on the weak to further. Together, we'll make them pay for their crimes. I'll call ahead and brief Proctor Ingram. Report to the airport, and get to work on your project right away.
In my experience, hot shots and big mouths end up with closed casket funerals.
Someday, I want to be the best laser rifle shooter in the
Elder Maxon ordered me to follow him to the gates of the town. I'd be the first one.
Elder Maxon said you'd help me build the signal interceptor.
So, looks like you're calling the shots around here now, huh? All right, I'll bite. What does your new miracle device do?
The Institute uses teleportation to get in and out. This machine...
Teleportation? Molecular transmission via encrypted RF waves? Okay, even I have to admit, that's genius. This explains why we've been picking up anomalous energy readings all across the Commonwealth. Not to mention how they get their tin soldiers to come out of the... And this little beauty allows you to literally hijack a return signal. Instead of grabbing the intended target, it grabs you instead.
stuff.
Damn right I do. It's difficult to make out all the details here, but I'm thinking you can get started by building a stabilized reflector platform. It's gonna take a cargo hold full of high-grade metal, but I'm sure that we have plenty of it right here at the airport.
Can you give me a list of what I'll need to build this platform?
Of course. Here's a list of everything you need to find. You're also going to need a massive power source. Treat your power armor well, and it can get you through anything.
I heard that Elmer. Maxon got that scar on his face from going one-on-one with a death claw.
You again? You here to count toothpicks now? Move along.
Uh-huh.
The Commonwealth's a dangerous place. Make sure you gear up.
Everything is still under control. I'll make it work. Somehow.
Proctor.
Just fixed a few power armor mods and gave them to Tegan. You might want to check them out.
you're the new knight I heard about.
Any luck building the platform yet?
Yes. I'm ready to build the rest of it.
Good. Let's move on then. Here's a list of everything we'll need. Now, I know some of that might as well be in Greek, so I'll be around if you have any questions.
Looks good, Ingram. I'll get to work right away.
I wish I had your confidence. Oh, one last thing before I forget. It's important that all the components are wired together so all the pieces are on a single grid. Otherwise, if you need any help, I'll be over at the build site making some adjustments and calculate. I'd wish you good luck, Knight.
go! Weak!
You hear that? Where'd they go?
Attention all personnel. I'm disappointed I need to address this, but unsanctioned social contact with Commonwealth natives is strictly prohibited. Anyone who is engaged in such fraternization should report to Knight Captain Cade for immediate decontamination. That is all.
Time to waste when there's work to be done. Unless you keep getting shot.
All we need is enough power to fire up the signal interceptor.
I can't talk right now. I have a lot on my mind.
Maxon's
Elder,
waiting to talk to you.
remarkable work,
I'm not
Knight.
throwing the switch until
The signal
he gets us
interceptor
to
appears
go
to be complete. Are you ready to put it to the test?
Absolutely. I'm ready to go.
Your confidence is an inspiration to us all. That being said, this is the first time we've attempted to directly adapt Institute technology. When we throw that switch, we don't know exactly what's gonna happen. God willing, you'll end up inside the Institute, and the mission can continue.
Nothing's gonna stop me when I'm so close to the answers I'm looking for.
Eager to get inside, huh? Good. Now, I want you to listen very carefully. Once you've entered the Institute, we expect to lose contact, so it's imperative you remember everything I'm about to tell you. About 10 years ago, the Brotherhood began recruiting civilian scientists from the capital wasteland to assist with various projects. During this process, we were able to obtain the services of Dr. Madison Lee, a noted mind in the field of nuclear engineering.
That's fortunate.
Yes, it was. Securing useful resources during wartime is critical. That said, Dr. Lee's contributions to our cause were instrumental in maintaining order in the capital wasteland. After some time, she developed differences with the Brotherhood and exiled herself to the Commonwealth. We're fairly certain that her intent was to make contact with the Institute.
I'm surprised that the Brotherhood let her go.
Had I been in command, I wouldn't have allowed it to happen. She was a valuable asset. Your mission is simple. Once you're inside the Institute, we want you to track down Dr. Lee's whereabouts. If you find out that she's still alive, make contact with her. There's a special project we're working on.
Consider it done, Elder.
Very good. Listen to me, Knight. I'm well aware that you're risking your life going in. Just keep your mind on the mission. And good luck.
Would it be possible to...
Hey.
Leads up there is still that off-the-record matter I'd like to discuss. Do you have time now?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Thank you. This is difficult for me to say, so...
When you were first placed under my sponsor, despite all that...
Sure.
At this point, honestly, I don't feel like there's anything else like that. It's apparent from your attitude and your actions.
I'm flattered to hear this.
There is. Let me start at the beginning.
I grew up alone when I was a bit old.
While I was there,
when the Brotherhood came...
I'm glad you had greater ambitions than just selling junk.
Once I saw what the Brotherhood had to offer, there was no comparison. Anyway, about a year after we were posted to the Prydwen, it took some convincing. But I was able to persuade my CO to let me assemble a squad. It took almost 3 weeks. Those wretched abominations had slaughtered every... The mutant bastards used their FEV to change him. He wasn't Cutler anymore.
You did the right thing.
It's what I was taught. Ever since Cutler died. I've seen other soldiers, but I'd never considered any of them to be a good friend. It's a good feeling, but it frightens me all the same. Having a bond. I don't want to go through that.
It'll never come to that. I promise.
Even though I'm well aware that you have no control over it. I just thought you deserved...
Right.
If you feel that I've overstepped my bounds...
Whatever the case may be, I appreciate them.
I've checked and rechecked everything. I think the signal in...
Uh-huh. Let's do this.
All right. Head up onto the platform and we'll see if I can find a signal to lock onto. You wanted to get into the Institute, right? Well, what are you waiting for? Let's see. Relays dialed in. Beam emitters warmed up. Everything looks green. Let me start scanning for the signal. Cross your fingers. I'm inputting the code now. Wow, there's a heck of a lot of interference and ghosting. It's gonna take a minute or two to lock in. By the way, this little trip you're taking is a heck of an opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to. I put a clever little program on this holotape that'll scan their network and download anything it finds. If you place it in any terminal down there, it'll do the rest. Bring it back to me and I'll see if I can make sense of whatever it found. Well, well, looks like we have a winner. RF wave capture complete. Ramping the emitter. 60%, 80%. Emitter spiking but steady. All that's left is to throw the transmit switch. Transmitting in 3, 2, 1. Stay safe, soldier.
I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here.
Busted.
I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator. I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Broken. No use.
Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean. Oh my god.
Who are you?
Sean.
Father, what's going on?
Yes, it's me.
What's going on? Father? Father!
Shh.
I don't know you. Go away. Father!
Who is Father?
Father? Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore. Please try and keep an open mind. Let's start anew.
Give me Sean.
I know.
Just...
I promised answers, but I need you to realize that you have traveled very far and suffered a great... It's good to finally meet you. After all, I am.
Oh, come on.
I assure you, in the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from... But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10? And here I am. To you, that would certainly seem true. But to the... At that time, the year 2227, scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you.
In a manner of speaking. Yeah. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most... Plenty of that was even in the... But then the... I am...
Sean.
It really is. I know you must have questions.
So you're in...
I am the acting...
They're scared of you, Sean.
People are always frightened, but ultimately the Commonwealth has nothing. Just... What else can I?
I think I've...
Very well. The Institute. I've been a part, and...
Yes, that's what I want.
I know. Forgive me. I'd assume that after everything, there is much to be done. You'll...
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Right. Sean.
Who?
Sean. It's me.
Father.
Yes, it's me.
What's going on?
Shh. It'll be okay, Sean.
I don't...
Please, Sean. I'm your...
Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. He's a prototype. Please, let's start.
Give me Sean.
I know.
Just...
I promised, but I need you. You have traveled very far. It's good. I am.
It's really you.
Yes. In the vault. But then, is it really so? And...
Sure.
To you, at that scientific curiosity. So they followed...
So the weird...
In a manner...
Right.
The Institute endeavored. Plenty of that, even in their attempts to shield. But then the... I was exactly what they need. I am their father.
Sean.
It really is. I know you must have questions.
I don't want to hear any more right now.
Very well. The Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be... I've been a part of something amazing here. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help.
Maybe.
I know. And I am sorry. You have been through so much in such a short time. The Institute can provide a better life than anything above ground. You've been in the Commonwealth. I realize that. I hope that you can see that I simply ask that you give the Institute. We really do have you. Will you take? Just. The Institute is now... You want to introduce you. And finally, Doctor...
Almost done.
It's an honor to have you here, sir.
Primary drive server.
Do you have time to examine my latest reports on batch 274?
Not yet. I've been reviewing Father's plans to expand our operation.
Got it. Terminal's gotta be somewhere. Got it.
Great to have you here.
Doctor.
Welcome. So good to have you here. Dr. Clayton Holdren. I can't wait for you to see.
I look forward to learning more.
In that case, let me give you a brief as the name implies. Our most important. To that end, we've even started. You probably saw.
Seems like there's.
With hard work and ingenuity, I'm sure I've taken up an.
I'm not sure how well I'll fit in, but.
Great. In any case, I imagine you'll want.
I'm good for now.
Take care then.
Remember to keep unnecessary power. Is it true Food Supplement 77 has been discontinued? That was my favorite one.
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she
Rush
even
work
testing?
is sloppy at best. At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
Doctor.
Oh, it's you. You're not authorized to be here.
Actually, I was looking for you.
Me? Where are you going? I thought you wanted to talk. Oh, it's you. You're not authorized to be here.
That was productive.
Actually, I was looking for you.
Me? Why?
You're the scientist?
Well, a Brotherhood of Steel airship arrives in the Commonwealth.
Sure.
I knew it was just a matter of time. I've been looking over my shoulder for almost...
I'm only here with good intentions.
You're giving me your word? Since Father trusts... I might not agree with everything he says, but say what you came here to say.
The Brotherhood needs your help, Doctor.
Needs my help. They seem to have everything under control.
The Brotherhood value...
Well, how... Tell me something.
Right.
Why would I possibly... What reason would I have...
Father trusts me, and so should you.
He trusts you because you're family. I'm not. I can't just take your word for it.
The Brotherhood has always been straight with...
You're wasting your breath. The Brotherhood desire... I'm not interested.
I wish there was something I could say that would...
You're wasting your...
Sure.
I'm not interested.
I give up.
All right. I had a colleague down here. Several months ago, there was I wanted to help with the investigation, but Father had the laboratory. The incident never sat right with me. If you bring me solid information on what killed him, do we have a deal?
I know this may come as a shock.
Oh, please. Do you really think? Stop trying to avoid the deal?
Deal.
All right. Dr. Virgil's lab. I can give you a code that will get you into the section, but the lab itself has been sealed. I'd tell you to be quiet about it, but you're
Right.
And finally, if you get caught.
Sure.
Now, for the sake of keeping up appearances, let me see that. I've been told to install a Courser chip in it for you. You're to be given full access with the...
Thank you.
Given that in case the if nothing else, speaking of...
I hope you and Father try to make up the time.
When are you going to tell me about this phase 3?
No one can talk about it. We're all looking forward to working with you.
The latest synth generation is just amazing.
Personal record. Dr. Brian Virgil. This will likely be my last recording. My requests to shut down the FEV program have repeatedly been denied. We've learned nothing useful in the last 10 years. Why does Father insist on continuing it? If he won't see reason, then I have to take matters into my own hands. What we're doing, it's not right. It needs to stop. If anyone should find this after I'm gone, know that I never wanted to hurt anyone. Anyone! Do you understand me? I'm gonna make sure the whole program is shut down. If not for good, then at least for years to come. After that, I know what I'm about to do will be seen as a betrayal. Treason, he'll probably call it. So, I'm leaving. I have a plan, and if it works, I'll be somewhere safe. Somewhere not even the Coursers can find me. Everything that we've done, the lives we've taken. If there is a God, may he have mercy on us all.
Welcome to the Institute, sir.
Dr. Lee.
Took you long enough to find that evidence. Let me see what you've got.
I'm afraid it's...
Since when do you know what I... Just let me hear it.
Sure. I'm gonna make sure the whole program is shut down. If not for good, then at least for years to come. After that, I know what I'm about to do will be seen as a betrayal. Treason, he'll probably call it. So, I'm leaving. I have a plan. And if it works, I'll be somewhere safe. Somewhere not even the Coursers can find me.
They lied to me. They lied to me, and I didn't even realize how far it went. All those years of loyalty. For nothing.
At least the Brotherhood...
I'm such a fool. I came to the Institute to get away from the Brotherhood. Father took me in and gave me access to cutting-edge tech. I became jaded. But now I realize if you can't trust... If they lied about Dr. Virgil, who knows? I'll make my way back to the Brotherhood. But I'm going to have to do it on my own. Tell whoever sent you that they've just regained the services of Dr. Madison Lee.
Safety first. Remember that.
It must make you proud to see all that Father has done.
You know the protocol, sir. Authorized personnel only.
Reporting status. Seriously thinking of heading over to robotics to knock some heads together.
Good day. What now?
You're here. They're dragging their feet on the targeting package upgrades I asked for. Maybe I should take some courses with me. You know, send a message.
Doc.
So.
Please don't.
Here you
There's
are.
enough friction as it is between us
Acting
and
Director
pretty
of the
much all
Synth
the other
Retention Bureau.
departments.
I'll be upfront with you. We're going, despite your relation to Father, I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
No problems here.
Good to hear. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the Synth Retention Bureau. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
I'm sure it's best for everyone if the synths remain here.
Certainly. We can't allow sophisticated Institute technology to fall into the wrong hands. The results could be disastrous. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers are relentless. But I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very...
Sure. I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a Courser should... I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. As if we don't have enough problems. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
I'm good for now.
Very well.
Operating at full capacity.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
The Institute's a big place. It might take a while to learn where everything is.
Excuse me, Doctor.
They weren't kidding. You really are here. Well, all right. When Father told us about you, if you don't mind my asking...
I just wanted to find my son.
Now that you've found him, I hope... Now, I'll give you a quick... As you might guess, we maintain... There's a lot of... The work we do, so...
Sure. On board with what?
The Institute, of course. Sean implied you operated on a level, if not equal, and at least similar to the rest of us. Curious. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the Facilities Division, I'm happy to discuss it.
I'm good for now, thanks.
Goodbye, then.
A clean and healthy work environment is essential to
Now that you've had a chance to see the Institute firsthand, what do you think?
First things first. How do I get back to the surface?
The same way you got in, of course. You are not a prisoner here. You may come and go as you please. Ultimately, all our knowledge and resources are focused on a single goal. The goal is best summarized by our motto: mankind redefined. Unfortunately, no advancement comes without occasional setbacks. As remarkable as our synths are, they can be dangerous. The superior synth mind and body attempting to wrestle with something approaching free will can be a recipe for chaos.
If the synths are intelligent and self-aware, then they have a right to free will.
However closely they may approximate human behavior, they are still our creations. When you see what I have to show you, I think you'll agree that we know what is best for our synths. A rogue synth has taken over the Raider gang at Libertalia. His memories have been erased, and his identity altered. He believed under his leadership, the Raiders have taken many innocent lives. I've dispatched a Courser to Libertalia.
Right. Sure. We'll just fight our way through an army of homicidal maniacs.
I didn't say it would be easy. But now you should get moving. Many people.
received word that Dr. Lee is returning to us.
I've convinced her that the Institute is the enemy, not the Brotherhood.
Well done, Knight. She's been under the Institute's influence for the last decade.
Right.
Now, I believe you still possess an important... I want you to bring it to her immediately. Once again, Knight.
Uh-huh.
In my experience, hot shots and big mouths end up with closed casket funerals.
Here's your holotape, Proctor. Hope the data on that thing was worth it.
Thanks. You know, it's good to see you're still in one piece. I wasn't sure what the Interceptor would do to you.
I wasn't worried. After all...
I have confidence in everything I built, too. But that's because I'll only deal with... Speaking of technology I don't understand, I'm dying to find out what's on...
Hopefully it'll reveal...
That would be the best... Before we jump to conclusions,
Right.
I'm sure the Institute has all of their data. After that, we'll have to see what we've got. In the meantime, I've got... So, I bet you're eager to get your hands dirty on our new project.
Why all the secrecy?
We're pouring every resource we have. For now, the fewer... Come on. Unless you're blind as a bat, I'm sure you've noticed that we've been building a gantry on the tarmac. Maxon and Kells have been looking for something that'll tip the balance when we go toe-to-toe with the Institute. Now, the Prydwen might be a big beast, but she's not built for fighting. That's where our new project comes in. This storage bay full of parts is what's left of Liberty Prime. The Brotherhood used it in the Capital Wasteland as a weapon against the Enclave. It's the most advanced robot the Brotherhood has ever had at its disposal. Fortunately, Liberty Prime was destroyed in the line of duty. I've spent the better part of the last few years piecing him back together. And if you think that was easy, try rebuilding a Protectron while you're blindfolded. In order to get Liberty Prime fully operational, we're going to need your help.
No problem. I'm sure this only looks worse than it actually is.
I wish I had your confidence, because this is not going to... Now, the good news is that we've got most of Prime's parts fully assembled. The bad news is that it's going to take more than a few rivets and some spot welding to get them working again. The first problem is his CPU. It's fragile, and every time we try to feed power to it, it blows itself out.
There's gotta be a way to solve that.
I do all the maintenance on the Prydwen, so you'd think it'd be a snap. As much as I hate to admit it, Prime's power systems are out of my league. Luckily, you were able to convince Dr. Madison Lee to return to the Brotherhood. She was on the original build team for Liberty Prime a little over a decade ago. I've already spoken to her, but she's reluctant to work on Prime for some reason. If you could get her down here to lend a hand with his power system, we can get the big guy moving.
Felder Maxon followed him.
Attention all personnel. This is to serve as a reminder. Scribe Naraya's mole rat subjects are not pets. They are crucial military resources. As such, they are not to be fed by any personnel save Scribe Naraya and her team. Any violation of this policy will result in severe discipline.
Dr. Lee.
If you're here to talk me into working on Liberty Prime...
You promised you'd help us.
You're right, I did. But you neglected to mention that I'd be asked to work on Liberty Prime. I've been down this road with the Brotherhood before. Why would I make the same mistake twice?
Because we care.
And we want to stop the Institute from using its technological superiority.
You know, if anyone else wearing a Brotherhood of Steel uniform said something like that, I'd laugh in their face. But coming from you, it sounds like you actually mean it. Tell Proctor Ingram to get her scribes ready. It's going to take a hell of a lot of work to get Liberty Prime back online, but we'll get it done.
Liberating the Commonwealth is a huge responsibility, but we'll get the job done.
When I get off duty, that's all.
Proctor Ingram.
Well, things are off to a good start. Isn't that right, Doctor?
I hope so. Prime suffered some significant damage to his memory core. I wish your people would have been a bit more careful, Proctor. The good news is that the damage isn't irreversible, and I should be able to get the power flowing into his CPU core without overloading. If your people stay out of my way, that is.
Charming, isn't she?
Sorry about that, Ingram.
Don't worry about it. We might be butting heads on a few issues, but I've dealt... Besides, Dr. Lee, we're working with one of Prime's original designers. I don't see it getting any better than that. In fact, since things are going so well, we're gonna have you start building his electromagnetic actuators.
Sure, anything you need.
That's what I love about you. You're ready to leap into action, and I bet you don't have the faintest idea what I'm talking about. The actuators are what allows Liberty Prime's arms and legs to move. Prime's new limbs are way too heavy for the simple hydraulic pistons he had in the past. We're gonna have to rip those out, construct a brand new system using electromagnets, and install them in his limbs. What we need you to do is build the actuators.
Now that you know what the actuators are, you need to know how to make them. These are the plans and the materials list. Don't lose them.
Now, before you get that look on your face, you'll be happy to know that we have plenty of the raw materials on that list right here at the airport. The only thing we need you to head out and find is a high-powered magnet. According to Proctor Quinlan, the best place to find one is in any of the ruined hospitals around the Commonwealth. We've already sent out a few teams to find the rest of the high-powered magnets you'll need. They should be back by the time you return.
Once you start building the actuators, we need one for each limb, so you'll need to make a total of 4. Good luck.
as if I know what to do if I found something. Please stand
through it could prove beneficial.
Ground floor. Going down. Basement. Basement.
Grey's Anatomy station.
Going down.
As well as a horrific.
Ground floor. Going up. Basement. Going down. Basement. Basement. Going down. Second floor.
Excuse me, should you be out?
Safety, please. Take cover until the lawbreaker is dealt with. Continued resistance is unlawful. Initiating search for hostile target. Take cover until the danger.
Excuse me, should you be out?
Please stand clear. Clear is now a delivery. Been restored. Going down. This will not attempt to flee. You will be identified and sanctioned. Fugitive has been commencing attack. The director enforcement authorities. Your weapons and submit to authority.
way, and I'll always be close behind.
With your reconnoiter of the Institute complete, we finally have first-hand knowledge about the facility.
Proctor Ingram?
That's all 4 actuators. Delivered and done. Nice work.
Right on schedule. I've completed the restoration of Prime's basic functions, and he's ready to go. In fact, it's getting difficult to explain to the system why it can't move right now.
Well, as soon as my scribes get those actuators in place, we'll have his arms and legs installed in no time. Which brings me to your next assignment. It won't be long before Prime can walk and talk, but he's missing one last important element. His nukes. Without them, his offensive systems aren't operating at peak capacity.
Shouldn't be a problem. Just tell me where they are.
I wish I could. Prime's bomb pack is fitted for Mark 28 nuclear bombs. The same type of bombs that were dropped from aircraft during the Great War. The Commonwealth was a major staging area for the military's Air Force, so we assumed we wouldn't have trouble finding them. But since we arrived, our scouting teams haven't located a single bomb.
That's going to be a problem. Without a fully loaded nuke pack, Prime won't have the firepower to take on the Institute.
She's right.
Of course she's right. But before you give up hope, Proctor Quinlan has located some records regarding a military installation. We're fairly certain this included a stockpile of the Mark 28s. The catch is that the installation is located somewhere...
I'll head out there immediately.
Good, because that Scribe Halen's established a I suggest you head out there first, and establish, hopefully, by the time you... Good luck, Knight.
If we stay here too long, we're gonna get sick. There's no time to waste when there's work to be done.
It's good to see you again, Knight. You've come a long way since you stumbled into Cambridge Police Station.
Thanks, Halen. I assume the place is still in one piece.
We're doing the best that we can. We've had the occasional synth attack, but so far we've been able to keep them from overrunning us. Thanks to the reinforcements and the air support, I'd say that site was secure.
That's not surprising. After all.
I appreciate that.
Right.
Anyway, I know you don't have time for small... I've had the men set up the equipment we'll need to pinpoint you. We've rigged up this distress pulsar to emit a unique tone that will... When you find the bombs, plant the pulsar, and we'll handle the rest. After that, you should probably head back to Proctor Ingram and bring her your report.
Doesn't sound too difficult.
Ah, no. Not at all. You're only heading back into the most inhospitable place in the entire Commonwealth. Look, I know you've been through the glowing sea before, but remember to keep an eye on your... If you don't, the radiation will cook you from the... Good luck, Knight.
more than just bomb disposal. It's been converted into a launching site as well.
stay there.
State your purpose, stranger. You walk on Atom's hallowed ground.
I'm looking for some bombs. Nuclear bombs.
You trivialize that which resides here. This place is holy. The children of Atom have sworn to guard this place until the time of the Great Divide. None shall enter.
Trust me, I'm on your side.
Atom has no need. When he returns to us, these relics will carry his word and his glory. That is why they...
This man is obviously delusional. I recommend we switch tactics.
I want to spread his, glory. Look, the bombs will get used, okay? Isn't that what you want?
Your words ring hollow. I do not hear Atom's voice in yours. You seek to further your own ends, not his. The relics will...
Forgive me.
No, you will.
Uh-huh. Please, I really want to serve Atom.
Deceiver! Your time on this world...
Surprise contact. Engaging.
Nice. Paladin Danse.
Now that this site's been secured, you should return to the airport.
Good idea. Wouldn't want these things falling into the wrong...
Exactly. I'll meet you aboard the Prydwen as soon as these bombs are counted, tested, and loaded. Outstanding work, Knight.
Looks like the Mark 28s are gonna do the trick. That was a good find.
I'll work with your team to ensure that Prime's bombs remain stable after they're loaded into his pack. It won't be too much of a problem.
Well, Dr. Lee, I have to admit, we couldn't have done this without you.
It's a little early to begin celebrating, Proctor Ingram. We haven't fully thrown the switch on Liberty Prime, and I'm just hoping all the work I've done to keep his system stable are gonna hold.
I have full confidence in the abilities of everyone.
I appreciate that.
Proctor, all the readouts look green. I think it's time for you to perform the power shunt.
Actually, I think I'm gonna let you press the button. After all, without your help, we'd still be staring at a pile of disassembled parts.
It would be better if a trained technician performed that task, but I suppose you deserve to be the one to do it.
Attention, this is a reminder. All recovered technology must be presented immediately to Proctor Quinlan for evaluation.
Lee's return to the Brotherhood.
Anyone found in possession of undocumented technologies will be subject to inquiry and punishment.
I don't know about Scribe Naraya. I think she loves her little zoo a bit too much. Heard you gave those muties at Fort Strong something to think about.
Nice work bringing Dr. Lee back into the fold.
Let me see what you have.
Be my guest.
Proctor Tegan.
What brings you to me today?
Set me up.
All of my weapons.
Night.
If you find any technical documents, bring them to Dr. Coleman for an
Never expected Dr. Lee would return to the Brotherhood. Are the documents you...
I found some technical documents for you.
Ah, good. Here are the caps that I promised. Remember, check every building.
Liberty Prime, back online.
Let's run a basic diagnostic on him.
Diagnostic command accepted.
Give him a moment. He needs to adjust to his new configuration.
Voice module online. Audio functionality test initialized. Designation: Liberty Prime Mark II. Mission: the liberation of Anchorage, Alaska. Primary targets: any and all red Chinese invaders.
Let me run a system analysis and battle readiness check.
Liberty Prime, full system analysis. All systems nominal. Weapons hot. Warning: nuclear weapon payload depleted. Reload required. Warning: power core offline. Running on external power only. Core restart recommended. Ability to repel red Chinese invaders compromised.
Green lights across the board here. He's looking good from where I'm sitting. Doctor, if you wouldn't mind keeping an eye on the big guy here, I'd appreciate it. Well, I have to admit, I wasn't sure we'd be able to pull it off.
With him on our side, I don't see...
I couldn't agree with you. Before you head off to your next... I came up with this little beauty myself. I think...
This wasn't necessary, Ingram.
Come on. Besides, Liberty Prime isn't about to run out and get you. Anyway, that's enough of that. You better... Elder Maxson said he needed to speak to you. And thank you, Knight.
Can't wait to see Liberty Prime in action again.
Put two in the head and they'll stay dead. Advice to live by. Watch your step, sir.
Attention, this is a reminder. Any recovered historical, technological, or social documentation should be delivered directly to Proctor Quinlan. That is all.
Now that Dr. Lee's arrived, I'm certain she'll be vital to the Brotherhood's success. The duty shift was long, but I'm glad we're making a difference out here.
Is there anything you wish to tell me, Knight?
Not at all.
I find that very hard to believe. Proctor Quinlan completed the decryption of the data. A portion of his findings included a list of synths that, after careful analysis of the information, Paladin Danse is a perfect match for one of the synths on that list.
That's impossible.
I'm afraid not. The evidence is quite damning. The data you brought back included a record of each subject's DNA. We keep the same information on file for all of our soldiers. Paladin Danse's DNA is a perfect match for a synth they called M797. To make matters worse, he's gone AWOL. Disappeared without a trace. His sudden absence simply reinforces our conclusion that M797 and Paladin Danse are one and the same. I'm finding it difficult to believe that he never confided in you, and then swore you to secrecy.
You have to believe me. He never told me he was a synth.
I suspect you're saying exactly what I want to hear, Knight. Do you wish to try again?
After everything I've achieved, why would...
Because you never expected this information to see... Now tell me the truth.
Has it ever occurred to you that Danse might...
No. However, even if that were true, Danse still represents a clear and present danger to us all. Your sincerity in this matter has been rather surprising. Apparently, I've misjudged you, which means I've decided to take you at your word. However, that doesn't absolve you of your duty. Danse is a synth. He represents everything we hate. A monstrosity of technology. Our mission in the Commonwealth is clear. The Institute and its creations need to be destroyed in order to preserve our future. Which leaves me facing the most difficult order I've ever... I'm ordering you.
Isn't there some other...
Absolutely not. Listen. I'm not blind to the fact that Danse was your mentor. And this isn't an easy... But if we're to remain strong, we can't afford to make exceptions. Find Proctor Quinlan. He's been analyzing the data and should be able to provide... And Knight, there's a promotion for you riding on the results of these orders. So don't disappoint me. You're dismissed.
Oh, Knight. I was told you were coming. Sorry about this business with Danse.
What do you know about this situation?
While I was decrypting all of the data you acquired from within the Institute, I came across a list. It appears that the Institute keeps exemplary records where their synths are concerned, including logging those that were reported missing. As I was perusing this list, I came across an image of Danse under the heading M797. A quick DNA comparison with our own records told the rest of the tale. I'm certain this comes as quite a shock to you, Knight. I'm sorry.
I don't need apologies.
Yes, you're quite right. I've been poring over Dance's duty reports, and unfortunately, I haven't found any concrete information. I think our best approach would be to identify every location he's ever visited, and you may want to get comfortable.
What the hell is this crap about Danse being a synth?
I assume your outburst was a reference to some doubt regarding Dance's identity. I can assure you that my findings are quite accurate, Scribe.
So he sets Danse up, and then you knock him down. Is that it?
How did you hear about it?
There are no secrets in the Brotherhood. Maxon's made it clear that we're to locate Paladin Danse, and if we find him, report his location to you. That can only mean you've been sent to hunt him down.
I don't have time to discuss it right now, Haylen.
Why? In too much of a rush to pull the trigger? I can't believe that after everything Paladin Danse did for you, you're just gonna turn your back on him like this. There's obviously been a mistake. and we need to get to the bottom of it.
Scribe Halen, you're addressing a senior officer, and you will show him the respect that he's due. Or so help me, I'll have you brought up on charges. Now, unless you're here with information that can assist us, I suggest you return to the police station immediately.
Of course. My apologies, Proctor. I believe I have some information that's relevant to the search.
Very well then. Would you care to enlighten us? Or do we have to wait until you decide to grace us with your knowledge?
Knight, if you'd accompany me to the flight deck, I'd like to show you the information I've compiled firsthand. I've stored the data on my Vertibird gunship's computer.
At this point, I'll take all the help I can get.
Very good, sir.
Proceed, Knight. I'll continue doing my research here.
If you'll follow me, sir.
Well, if it isn't the...
Scribe Halen?
Do you actually plan on killing Paladin Danse?
That's a risky question.
I know it is. I've known Paladin Danse. He trained me, showed me the ropes, and when he's earned my admiration. I don't care what Quinlan's report says. I don't care if he's...
That's a bold statement.
It's more than just a... Danse is the most selfless person I've ever met. That's why I'm asking you, if you're not convinced by what he says, or somehow he...
All right, I'll hear him.
That's all that I ask. I'll just have to trust that when the time comes... Before the Pribwin showed up, Danse had me identified. It was Listening Post Bravo. An old It's isolated. And we're the only ones that knew about it. Just be careful.
its head for good measure. Why take the chance?